On June 13, 2026, Lewis Hamilton won the Barcelona-Catalunya Grand Prix for Ferrari, his first victory with the team, and his 106th career Grand Prix win. In the media pen after the race, Hamilton made pointed comments about ex-driver pundits who criticize him without matching his level of success. Back in the Sky studio, Nico Rosberg said Hamilton's comments were directed at fellow pundit Jacques Villeneuve, and Villeneuve pushed back on air, referencing a past Montreal remark Hamilton made about his father. This is the story of Lewis Hamilton on war with Sky F1, and the Nico bombshell after Hamilton's first Ferrari win. The live exchange, the exact quotes, and why it erupted right after a nearly 2-year winless streak. Lewis Hamilton crossed the line in Barcelona as the winner of the 2026 Barcelona-Catalunya Grand Prix, round 7 of the season, and that victory was his first for Ferrari after joining the team for the 2025 season. GP Fans identifies this result as his first win with Ferrari, and multiple sources confirm it as his 106th career Grand Prix victory. The win was especially significant because it was Hamilton's first F1 victory since the 2024 Belgian Grand Prix, meaning he had gone roughly 40 races without a win between that time and Barcelona. US News and Al Jazeera described this as his first victory with Ferrari in his 31st race for the team, ending a long frustrating period that included a 2025 season with no podiums at all. Hamilton told the official F1 broadcaster after the race that he had been hoping and praying for this moment and working towards it really hard with the team. When he spoke directly to Nico Rosberg in the post-race interview, Hamilton added that while all wins are special, this one's something else, and said he always watched Ferrari have all that success when he was younger and wondered what it would be like to win in that car, hoping this was just the first, I hope, of many Forza Ferrari. On social media, Hamilton posted a message that included the line, "Dream the impossible. I can't fully articulate how incredible it feels to finally win in red. Grazie mille, Scuderia Ferrari. This is merely the beginning." He also thanked fans for standing by him through the tough times, moments when negativity prevailed and I felt worthless, and hope seemed out of reach, and said the victory belonged to Team LH and the Tifosi as much as it did to him. That win instantly changed the narrative around Hamilton and Ferrari. Before Barcelona, Hamilton had already shown a turnaround in 2026, with 3 podiums in the first 6 races, 3rd in China, 2nd in Canada, and 2nd in Monaco. After the win, he trailed championship leader Kimi Antonelli of Mercedes by 41 points, and this race was the first for a non-Mercedes driver in the 2026 season, breaking Mercedes' run of 6 straight wins to open the year. At the same track, Hamilton also set a record with his 7th win at Barcelona-Catalunya, and US News notes that this was his 7th victory at that circuit. The combination of ending a long winless streak, breaking Mercedes' dominance, and setting a new record at Barcelona made the result feel like a breakthrough moment rather than just another race win. That breakthrough is exactly where the Sky F1 tension started. Right after the race, Hamilton did the usual round of media pen interviews, including a segment with Sky Sports F1. In that interview, he spoke broadly but clearly about ex-drivers who had been negative about him during his long slump, and Ferrari struggles, and he framed it as criticism coming from people who do not have the same success. GP Fans quotes Hamilton's exact words from that Sky interview as, "I think it's easy to be negative about people. I think what is worse is when it's a driver that knows how hard it is in this field to do a job and they don't even have the success that I have, and they talk negatively." This comment was made after Hamilton's 106th Grand Prix victory, and the GP Fans report frames it as Hamilton hitting back at a former driver, causing a fiery debate. The broadcast then cut back to the Sky F1 pundit desk, where Nico Rosberg and Jacques Villeneuve were together. Rosberg, looking at Villeneuve, directly said that Hamilton was talking about him in those comments. Rosberg's on-air line, as quoted in the GP Fans article, is, "Jacques, he was speaking to you in that piece there. He says he hates when ex-drivers criticize him who have not had his success. He was speaking about you 100% in that moment." That line turned Hamilton's general criticism into a named, on-air call-out. Rosberg was asserting that Hamilton's words were specifically about Villeneuve, and he delivered that assertion live, creating the bombshell moment viewers would remember. Villeneuve did not accept that interpretation. He responded on air, saying he did not remember criticizing Hamilton in the way implied, and questioning why Hamilton would be talking about him. Villeneuve's exact reply, according to GP fans, is, "Hamilton did make a stupid comment in Montreal where he said at least my dad was better than me and it came out of nowhere and I was like, why would he say that? And I don't remember criticizing him, so I don't think that was about me. No, it must have been about you, from the time you were together. Come on." In that line, Villeneuve references a past incident in Montreal where Hamilton allegedly made a stupid comment about his father, Gilles Villeneuve, saying, "At least my dad was better than me." He then suggests that if Hamilton's comments were personal, they might be about Rosberg instead, given the history between Rosberg and Hamilton during their Mercedes rivalry. So you have three people, one live Sky F1 broadcast, and a tense exchange that started with Hamilton criticizing negative ex-drivers and ended with Rosberg naming Villeneuve on air and Villeneuve pushing back. The two people in the Sky studio were both ex-drivers and both current Sky F1 pundits. Nico Rosberg won the 2016 F1 World Championship, raced for Mercedes, and was Hamilton's teammate and title rival. Jacques Villeneuve won the 1997 F1 World Championship, is the son of Gilles Villeneuve, and also works as a Sky F1 pundit. Both men have a history with Hamilton. Rosberg and Hamilton had an explosive rivalry at Mercedes from 2014 to 2016, with collisions and intense pressure, and Rosberg won the 2016 championship, then retired 5 days later. Villeneuve and Hamilton have had moments on and off track, including the Montreal incident Villeneuve referenced. Because both are ex-drivers and pundits, their comments carry weight in the F1 community. Rosberg's backing of Hamilton on this issue is unexpected, given his past as a rival, and that makes his 100% line even more significant. All of this happened right after Hamilton's breakthrough win, when emotions were high on both sides. This Barcelona clash is not the only time Hamilton and Sky F1 figures have had tense moments. There is a pattern of awkward or confrontational exchanges that gives context to why Hamilton feels targeted by ex-drivers and why his comments landed so strongly. At the British GP in 2025, Martin Brundle, a Sky F1 pundit, called a Hamilton photo one of the most iconic in F1 during a live pre-race segment. Hamilton, smiling, replied, "You don't have many positive things to always say," and Brundle quickly responded, "Well, that's not true," creating an awkward on-air moment. At the Spanish GP in 2025, after a poor race where Hamilton finished 6th and was passed by Nico Hülkenberg, Hamilton appeared very down in an interview with Sky's Rachel Brooks. He said it had been a terrible day, and there was no point going into details, and later he privately apologized to her off-camera for his tone, according to David Croft. Sky pundits and others have also questioned Hamilton's adaptation to Ferrari and his support structure. Martin Brundle commented that Hamilton was missing a trusted voice by his side in his early Ferrari days, and there were discussions about Ferrari radio tension and engineer changes in 2026. Karun Chandok, another Sky F1 figure, flagged alarm bells in Hamilton's testing program and had previously been seen as unfair to Hamilton, prompting fan backlash and clarifications from Sky staff. These earlier incidents show that Hamilton has felt criticized by Sky F1 figures over time, and that his Barcelona comments were part of a longer narrative. The win gave him a platform to respond openly right after the race, when emotions were at their peak. That context explains why the Barcelona exchange felt so charged. Hamilton's view is that it is easy for people to be negative, but that ex-drivers should understand how hard it is in F1, and should not criticize someone who has achieved more than they have. His exact words, as quoted in GP Fans, are that it is worse when it is a driver who knows how hard it is, and they don't even have the success that I have and they talk negatively. There is a clear narrative tension between Hamilton and parts of the TV pundit ecosystem. Hamilton has been criticized about his Ferrari performances, strategy choices, and simulator use by figures like Brundle, Chandok, and Croft, and this has sometimes provoked strong reactions from fans. The Barcelona incident is the moment where Hamilton responds openly right after a big win, and Rosberg chooses to name Villeneuve live on air. After the win, Hamilton also emphasized that he never gave up hope of winning with Ferrari, despite the 2025 struggles, and thanked fans who stood by him through negativity and when he felt worthless. That adds a personal layer to the conflict. For Hamilton, this is not just about criticism, it is about being doubted through a long period of frustration and then proving himself with a win. The win at Barcelona changed the perception of Hamilton's 2026 season. Before the race, Mercedes had won the first 6 races of 2026, and Hamilton was seen as competitive, but not yet able to beat them. After the win, Hamilton had broken that run and secured his first victory with Ferrari, his 106th career win, and his 7th win at Barcelona, a record for that circuit. At that point in the season, Hamilton trailed championship leader Kimi Antonelli by 41 points, and the win closed that gap slightly. He had already shown a turnaround in 2026 with 3 podiums in the first 6 races before Barcelona, and the win suggested that Ferrari could now fight for victories more consistently. The Sky F1 exchange adds another layer to Hamilton's legacy. He has been criticized for his form at Ferrari, for missing podiums in 2025, and for his adaptation to the team, but now he has ended a nearly 2-year winless streak and won in red. The comments about negative ex-drivers and the live clash with Rosberg and Villeneuve show that Hamilton is still fighting, both on track and in the media. If Hamilton continues to perform at this level, the narrative could shift from "Hamilton is done" to "Hamilton is still a fighter." The Barcelona win and the Sky exchange together suggest that Hamilton is not accepting doubt silently, and that he is willing to confront critics directly when he has a result to back him up. The question you've been waiting for is, who was Hamilton actually talking about in that Sky F1 interview, and why did Rosberg decide to name him live? Based on the research, Hamilton was speaking generally about negative ex-drivers, but Rosberg chose to interpret that as a direct call-out of Villeneuve and said it was 100% about him. Villeneuve denied that and pushed the blame back toward Rosberg. So the answer is, Hamilton was targeting a group, not a single person, and Rosberg decided to name Villeneuve live on air, turning a general comment into a personal clash. If you want more F1 drama and the latest news, subscribe to Formula Girls so you never miss an update.